So I'm Phil Odell. I'm the Director of Flight Operations for Rolls-Royce, and I've been the project pilot for Project ACCEL. So the project is really exciting to me. I was there from the very beginning. I was lucky enough to be around when the first people started talking about the concept. And so that to today has gone very, very quickly. And I've watched it grow, and I've watched people put so much of their life and their effort into getting it to this stage. So it's not lost on me what I now have to do together with the other pilot, Steve Jones, and what we have to do to the best of our ability. So for me to be a part of this huge kink point, this milestone in aviation is incredible. I've been in aviation for over 30 years, but this is the most exciting time I've seen. And the ability to actually turn around to my own kids and say, we're doing so much for carbon zero, so much for sustainability going forward. And this aeroplane's contribution to that is remarkable. So right now is an incredible milestone for the project. We're coming very, very close, imminently, to taxiing for the first time. And taxiing for the first time for a new power plant and a new aeroplane combination is a real milestone, when the aeroplane moves under its own power. And then a little bit more testing, few weeks, maybe a month, and then we'll be getting airborne for the first time, the first flight. And that's the culmination of so much work from so many people over the last 3 years. People have put their life into this, and to see it first fly. And then very quickly after that, we'll be into the world record attempts. So I'm on the runway preparing for that first flight, which will be a momentous occasion. And I will be acutely aware in the lead up to it of the responsibility. But for that period, I'll live in the moment, I hope, and I'll just concentrate on what I'm doing, concentrating on my checks, taking my time, making sure that everything's done at the right pace. And then when I'm ready, we'll advance the throttle, we'll move forward, and we'll go for that first flight. So that moment when I get airborne for the first time will be an incredible moment. I'll try and not let it. I'm going to live in the moment. But the fact that we've got this project actually off the ground, which has been everyone's focus, everyone's life for the last 3 years, and I'm just doing the very last bit at the very end. But the impact of all that will not be lost on me.
I'm Matthew Parr. I'm the Rolls-Royce project manager for the ACCEL project, which is Rolls-Royce's attempt to build the world's fastest electric aircraft. The Rolls-Royce has been pioneers in aviation for the last 100 years, and I think flight has benefited us all, but right now today, we're all more focused on sustainable aviation. And for Rolls-Royce, we invest in our jet engines, we invest in alternative fuels, but we also invest in disruptive technologies like electrification. And here in our project to build the world's fastest electric aircraft, we're really demonstrating what is possible with that new technology. So our aircraft, the Spirit of Innovation, is a unique aircraft that we've developed specifically to go break the airspeed records. So it's a full electric aircraft. So we've got 6,000 battery cells all connected together to electric motors to deliver more than 500 horsepower to propel our aircraft to 300 plus miles an hour and get that airspeed record. So creating all the technology that goes into our Spirit of Innovation aircraft didn't happen overnight, as you would expect. So we rolled out the aircraft at the end of 2019, which was a fantastic moment for the team to have finished the aircraft. But actually, we still had a lot of work we needed to do on the propulsion system. So over the previous months, we've been really working on how do we optimize that propulsion system, how do we get it to make sure we got the fastest plane possible. It's now all integrated into the aircraft. And then from this point, we're looking forward to going taxi testing, and then from there onto flying. So one of the key milestones of the project is the taxi test. So at that point, it's the pilot and the aircraft on their own, the aircraft moving under its own power. And of course, the rest of the team is behind them. The rest of the team will be looking at data on our telemetry system. But really, it comes down to, have we built an aircraft that can do what we said it could do? Our aircraft's going to go break an airspeed record, but the project's not just about going fast. The project's about the innovation, about the technology that it takes to go fast, and how we can exploit that in the new and sort of exciting disruptive markets we see in things like urban air mobility and the commuter space. So the battery we have in this aircraft is ideally suited to go straight into those applications. It's going to be incredibly exciting to see the aircraft take off for the first time. But actually, we've had all these sort of smaller steps on the way through, and the taxi testing that we're about to undertake is really another one of those key pivotal moments to know we're on the right path to breaking the airspeed record.